M0FXB Hamtech, welcome to my videos on Digipi, and today we're going to load the system to a Raspberry Pi Zero that you can see in my video just here. Also, we have the screen that you can purchase from Amazon, but you don't have to have the screen, but it does look nice, as you can see in the background. You can use a Raspberry Pi 3 and 4 and 5 by the looks of it. I've tested it on the 705 and I just fancy doing it on the 7610 as well. So what is Digipi? Invented by KM6LYW, Craig. There is very good information here and a lot of information. It basically wirelessly connects your radio to your PC. Well, it doesn't have to be a PC because it's wirelessly using a browser, and you can run all these different items. So look, packet radio, KISS, APRS, more packet radio, WINLINK, WSJTX, JS Core, FL Digi, slow scan. It just goes on and on. Direwolf is a big one for TNC and packet operation. So I think it's a no-brainer. I tested it last night on FT8 and within minutes of downloading the image and loading it onto my Pi Zero, I was on FT8 that quick, and I think it's fantastic. So let's just step by step start to create my device on my Pi Zero here. Now you can get Pi Zeros in the UK quite cheap now. The price has come right down on the Pi Zeros. Of course it went very high during COVID, but right now you can buy them very low. And also if you look here at this page, if you're in the USA, there is a board that you can buy. Let's just find this board, there it is there. That allows it to work with radios that have not got a USB-C sound card or USB sound card, and it just sits at the end of the Pi Zero. I haven't checked to see how it should fit on a Pi 3, but anyway, first thing you do is get yourself a Pi Zero or a Pi 3, Pi 4. Then download this image. You're going to need a normal micro SD card. I used 16 GB. It worked fine. Now I would firstly go to the KM6LYW and join the patron, and that will give you access to the download here. Okay, and that's a small way of supporting. It's inexpensive way of supporting all the work that's gone into this. Once you've got that, get to the program I've used. Well, I have used the program called BALENA. BALENA ETCHER downloads the image. I'll show you the image now. So the image sits on your SD card. If you're not experienced, there's the image there. That sits on your SD card and almost acts like, in my opinion, like a hard drive running your Pi Zero, but it's pre-loaded with a lot of work with the Digipi software, and it's going to make all the magic happen. Once your SD card is plugged into your PC, just select here. Okay, we'll start from scratch, just cancel it. So flash from file, double click the image that is there, select target, that's your SD card there, and then select that and then click flash and let it run for a few minutes until you get no errors, and it's going to put that, and then we're going to put that into our Raspberry Pi Zero just down here in the SD card slot. And just to make it easier, I have added an Ethernet adapter here. I just find it easier. You can buy these adapters. I'll put a link in from Amazon. So your Ethernet goes in there, look, and it plugs into the second USB there, and that way I can configure it straight away. It looks like that. I'll put the link in the description, but it plugs in, and if you've got a normal USB one, just get an adapter, but that's what I use to get the Ethernet working, and it works well. And you can see on the left there, BALENA's doing its thing, flashing. It will go all the way along in purple, and then it will go again in green, and it will say validate, and then just grab it and plonk it in. I'll just show you where it goes. I've got a little case on my Pi Zero there, and it just goes there. The screen, like I said, you don't actually have to have the screen, but I will show you. So this is the screen, 1.3 inch colour. It's got a couple of buttons on it, and it sits just here. Let's get the image back. got, the connectors are like that. Like that. There's your connectors. A really nice little board actually. They should do normal hotspots, and it just sits there, you know, level with the last pin. Just slide it on. It's quite stiff, and it's going to look fantastic when it's done. And what I will try before I connect the Ethernet, I'll try and see if the software already has it. Because I noticed that if we type in a certain address like Digipi HTTP, it will find the Wi-Fi. So I might try that first and then use Ethernet if needed. It's going to be more convenient than having to play around with an Ethernet if you can just search it on your browser, which I think you can after watching the video by Craig. We just need to run some power to the first micro USB just here. Just that one there. Okay, we'll put our SD card in and then we'll add some power and power this up. It does take, you know, a minute or so. Power connected. Give that a time. Oh look, and it's straight very quickly. It says, put the right way around, Digipi. See there, it's showing Digipi now, which is nice, just what we wanted. I did try the Digipi HTTP, but it's Digipi, but it didn't work. So now I'm going to put the Ethernet in. Right, maybe I was being too impatient, because there it is there, it's appeared and it's given itself an IP address. I also noticed that if you look at your Wi-Fi, that one of them is called Digipi. Click connect. So you can connect to it. The Wi-Fi, the Ethernet is not connected at the moment. It says here if you want to enter a password for Digipi, it's ABCDEFGHIJ. Okay, I'll try that another time, but you can see that the Digipi does show up, so that's interesting. So it becomes like a hotspot. Definitely want to work out how that works, but that's for another video, I think. So use an IP scanner just to find it, but look, Digipi, and we're on 192.168.0.104. You can see it's Ethernet at the moment, but all we do now is just scroll up here. This is what appears. It's like a control panel, it activates all the different functions. It's really good. So basically select Wi-Fi and put in the one you're going to be using at home. So I'll put in now, and then just click submit. When you do that, it starts to reboot, and then it will come back with a different IP address, but as long as you're on the same network, you can search that network. Try using IP scanner. Just see it here, just download this. It's a free download anyway. And it searches your network. It's downloading now, look. Oh, downloading more than once. And then, yeah, make sure you download the correct one. There's a few choices here. And then you just search, find the IP address that's called Digipi. Right, we've got our Wi-Fi now. Just interested to see if it's still on our other Wi-Fi. Search. Yeah, it's still there, so I'm going to learn about the hotspot, because that's interesting. I want to know what that, you know, what we can do with that. So on the left, we've got our initial setup. As I said, this list here, you're turning on and off the programs you want to use, and then they give a link here underneath in blue, a HTTP link for any browser on the same network, and you can just start using that. You plug the USB cable into the Digipi and you are using it straight away. I don't think you even have to. Do you have to do the USB cable? I did with my 705, so I would say yes, you do. Plugged it into the USB and then it all came to life. So let's just do the initialize. So you have to do this when you first set this up. So we're gonna have to put in all my details here. Let me just fill that out, and then you click initialize. One thing I do know is I need to change the radio number, because this is for the 7610. So we're just going to put in, for the 7610, it's 3078. Okay, done that, and I'm not sure what all this is. Device file, baud rate, yeah, I get an idea what that is, but it's changed here. So it looks like I am going to have to, you know, look at this. So 991 is 38400, 7300, so we're going to have to find out where we get this from. I got a feeling the device file, we can just put in the word test for now. That's not important, but we need the correct baud rate, because once you initialize this and put it all in, then that's it. At the moment you can't change it. I know they're working on firmware so you can change it, otherwise you have to just reinitialize each time for different radios, as far as I can see. I could be wrong about the device file. I need to learn more about that. And when you go across to the rig list here, you hit here, rig list, and there's all your rigs. Look, quite a range. I'm not seeing anything there about a device file, so that's the bit I'm going to need to learn for definite. I will get my WINLINK password in there as well. It's for sending emails, and we need our APRS number. So I'll put this link in to register. You get a number. Mine is 14986, and that APRS number is linked to your call sign. I get my longitude and latitude from this site called latlong.net. Just put in your town and then it comes up there, so that's nice and easy, and we can copy and paste that. You can use tick this box for a larger display, and it looks like if you want to cat control on FL rig, you tick this box here, and then we've got the rig number in. I'll leave the baud rate there for now, and I'm going to click initialize, and then the whole thing should now reboot with a bit of luck. It says here changes applied. I note that when you do that, it all, you know, on your screen everything looks like this. So if you've done it correctly, you'll be able to click on WSJTX, turn it on first. So we'll just turn that on here, click on. And if it's correct, the screen will actually change. As you can see it in my Digipi there, it says it now. And if I connect WSJFTX here, it will appear on our screen. We just need to get a cable into the actual radio. So look, there's no connection to the rig, so I'm going to grab that and see what happens. Okay, well I've got some more learning to do on this, but I still find it fascinating. So you basically, on the left here, turn on what you want to use by selecting on and off here. Then select the item. So let's just say we want to select, let's have a look at FL Digi. We would turn that on, find that here, on. The Pi will switch, the Digipi will switch. You'll see it on the screen. That's the nice thing about having the screen. And then when you press the web link, it will find it. It will go to that program, and if you've configured things properly, everything will switch. You know, the frequency, the links. You won't have to do anything. I have to learn how to configure. I've got the USB cable connected to the Pi, and so I'm just working out now whether do I connect via the USB or could I use the Ethernet connection, because I do have an Ethernet connector here. So thanks for watching my YouTube channel. This is part 1 really of the Icom 7610, 73, all the best.